Laker Nation. My goodness. What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. Yo. Whoosh. Oh, we just survived that game. My goodness, man. And it took everything from King James, man. 38 points, 39 points, should I say. 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Shouldn't have been that hard, man. Lakers went back into an old habit. They went back into an old habit, but we knew that this was going to be a trap game, and we knew that they were going to be hungry. They got some ex-Lakers. Damian Jones, 3 threes. Kelly Olynyk banking a 3 to bring it to within 2. Just ridiculous, but you got to give credit to the Lakers. They play stupid at times, and they made some serious mistakes that we put ourselves in that position, but they closed. Thank God they closed. So, man, looks like as of right now, we're officially in the 6th seed. So that's the great news, Laker family. And if the Warriors lose, who, by the way, they're losing right now, will be officially in the 5th seed. THT went off. Yes, he did. I told you he's a hooper, man. People didn't believe me when I said if he gets an opportunity elsewhere, he's going to shine. But he helped us out with a couple of missed free throws. So shout out to THT, man. Once a Laker, always a Laker, baby. But yeah, we settled a lot for threes. We made some horrible mistakes down the stretch, man, and we didn't play Vando in the fourth and overtime in spurts. Defensively, it's like we still making some mistakes I don't like, but I can't complain about a win, man. A win is a win. It took overtime. It might the rest of the starting lineup might take the rest of the regular season off at this rate after playing this many minutes, but man, we needed it, guys. That we were going up against a young, hungry team who's desperate to prove themselves. So, shout out to the Lakers for doing that. But we should listen. We can't play with our food. All right. I told you guys it's going to be a trap game. If we didn't put them away in the first half, give them a chance in the second. This is exactly what happened. We got sloppy. Alex said, Dan, only thing that's in our way of winning a chip is the Suns and injuries. Well, let's knock everything out of the way, man. Listen, I was so concerned that we might get hurt because the Jazz were going, hard. They were going hard. They really wanted this victory. Credit to them. They played extremely hard. Like I said, Damian Jones hitting threes, man. He didn't hit 3 threes for the Lakers all season long. And sure enough, he's going to hit 3 threes in one game versus us. So just utterly ridiculous shot after shot. THT was carrying them and leading them. And then Colin Sexton and all these guys, man, were hitting some really tough shots. LeBron had to go into his bag. Shout out to LeBron, man. I'm telling you, he's timeless. At his age, doing what he's doing, this dude is really timeless. Mamba said Damian Jones snipes more than Beasley. Embarrassing. I'll tell you what, man. The Lakers got to make the right adjustments because Beasley getting all these minutes and being non-effective is really hurtful, man, because we got other players that can hoop like Max Christie and Lonnie Walker. Shout out to Rui, though. Rui was absolutely phenomenal as well tonight, man. I wanted a little bit more from AD, but I'm not mad as long as he didn't get hurt. But LeBron, man, sensational young man. Austin Reeves, 28 points as well as 6 and some clutch plays down the stretch. I'm starting to think he's one of our he is probably one of our top 3 closers in this team besides LeBron and AD. And then Dennis right after and all these guys. But man, Austin Reeves continues to shine. We don't win this game without his clutch defense. He was taking some charges and his awesome offense as well, sniping threes in the corner. That nice little mid-range pull-up when we were down 3 to bring us to within 1. Huge shot after shot. I mean, this guy is fearless. So shout out to him, man. No Pill Zero. Appreciate you, bro. He said, I swear I'm bad luck for the Lakers. I tuned in at the second half and they started throwing the game away. Bro, here's the problem. All right. And tonight it was very noticeable that we didn't have D'Angelo Russell because this dude D'Lo, man, he does an excellent job of orchestrating the offense, taking a little bit of pressure off of LeBron, orchestrating the offense, getting Anthony Davis more involved. I think LeBron does a phenomenal job, but he needs a break at times because the defense zeroes in on him. And D'Lo's floor spacing and playmaking would have been great tonight. I don't think we go to overtime if he's here. But very proud of this team again. 19 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, and some amazing defense from AD. So I'm not even going to critique his lack of offensive touches tonight. 18, 3 and 4 for Dennis. So he stepped it up a little bit. And again, 28, 6 assists and 3 rebounds for Austin Reeves. And then 39, 5 and 5 masterclass from LeBron. Let's not forget the 17 off the bench for Rui, who, by the way, is really starting to come into his own, man. He's really starting to come into his own. I mean, how good was this kid Rui Hachimura once again? Yes, go OKC. He said flippers going down. Listen, bro, I don't know who's playing tomorrow, but I like our chances if the guys can, play with some energy. I don't know how much energy they have left. It sucks that they had to go into overtime. That's the biggest bummer. But I'm glad we came away with no injuries, at least on the surface. That's what it looks like. Because I got really shook when Austin Reeves went down. I was like, oh, no, we get one guy back and we lose two. We can't afford that right now. We got to stay as healthy as possible. But you know what? The fact that we're so high off of adrenaline and the fact that, we have a really deep team. If we get Mo Bamba and D'Angelo tomorrow, I like our chances. Still, it would have been I wouldn't be shocked if AD and or LeBron rest tomorrow, especially depending on the outcome of the Warriors game. Just to try to keep them healthy before the postseason. But yeah, end of the third quarter, and the Thunder are up on the Warriors 106-102. So keep an eye on that one, man. Definitely gonna be score watching that. But what a game, yo! My heart almost pounded, like it was beating out of my chest, especially when we went down 3 in overtime to start the quarter. I was like, oh my goodness! I swear, if we lose this game, bro. Like the one game on the schedule that I had us, penciled in for a win. Thank God we pulled that one out because I would have been really upset. We played with our food a lot tonight. We were settling for too many 3-point shots. We turned the ball over at costly times, and it was all bad, man. Yeah, that jump ball was disgusting in overtime. Like little things like that, the Lakers still got to work on. This is why I say that we're a very scary team because the sky's the limit. When we hammer out some of those little details, and the more we play together, the better we're gonna look. The sky is the limit for this team for reals. It was a sloppy win, but I'll take it. Don't you prefer a sloppy win than a sloppy loss? Trust me, man. At this point of the season, we got 3 games left, guys. One tomorrow, one on Friday, which I will be attending. Shout out to my boy Mook for that. And then obviously the one to round it out again versus the same Jazz team, but in our house on Sunday. So 3 more games left, man. If we can win out, we'll be the 5th seed, regardless of whatever happens with the other teams. But keep an eye out on the Golden State Warriors, man, because remember, we have the tiebreaker with them, right? We have the tiebreaker. Jameson said, massive win tonight. Got to play better defense. Yes, we do have to play better defense. Listen, I'm really disappointed that coach decided to go with Troy Brown Jr., who's not even in the starting lineup anymore, to close out the 4th quarter rather than Vanderbilt. We could have avoided a lot of headaches. And I know Vanderbilt had some miscommunication there in overtime when both him and Troy switched. But then, when he brought him back, he takes out Reeves. It's like sometimes coach drives me crazy because he does one good thing and then another bad one. Like, no, bro, leave the starting lineup out there. What are you doing? They're the starting lineup for a reason, man. But yes, we are the 6th seed officially as of right now. 3 more games to go, so we can't rest on our laurels just yet, man. We got to keep it firing. And listen, we got a huge game tomorrow. You want to see a happy DTLF? We get that win tomorrow. I'm going to be over the moon, man. It's really going to be a huge pick-me-up for me because everybody knows how much I despise the Clippers. 2 teams I cannot stand in my lifetime, and that's the Clippers and especially the Boston Celtics. So we get this win tomorrow, man. And listen, right now we are 16-7 since making the trade at the trade deadline. So this team is already a major dubs. They've already, reached their goal of 16 games after the trade deadline. They wanted to win. And we are currently, 2-3 games over 500 already? I mean, the Lakers just been phenomenal, man. 3 games over 500. Amazing. 41-38. So this team has overachieved based off of what the expectations were early in the season when we started 2-10. And this is why we don't give up on the season, baby. He said, Dan, our coach is sus AF. Listen, he got a lot of learning to do, man. There's some rotations that I just be like, and then Rui could have, ended the game as well. I mean, dude was phenomenal. 17 off the bench, very efficient. Is starting to play some phenomenal defense as well. Can crash the glass, another big body. Like, to be honest with you, we didn't need Dennis out there because, he's not necessarily a floor spacer. He can knock him down at times, but I would have preferred LeBron ending at the point since he's running the point anyways. With Reeves at the 2, I would have put Rui or Vanderbilt at the 3. No, actually, I would have put Rui at the 3, and I would have put, obviously, Vanderbilt at the 4 and AD at the 5. That's the lineup I would have closed because we would have had size. We could have switched multiple positions. We could have had Austin Reeves guarding THT instead of Dennis. Dennis was getting cooked, all right, a lot of times, but it's not for lack of effort. He tried, right? But a lot of times it's because he's a little undersized. All these 6'5" point guards and shooting guards they're gonna eat. So I would have wished that Coach Darvingham used some size and maybe we could have avoided overtime. But, this is how you learn. If you're the head coach next game, you got to try to use your size. You cannot go with – and also, like I said earlier, man, we truly miss D'Angelo Russell. This dude, he's different, man. He helps so much with floor spacing. He's a great floor general, gets people involved. He could also attack the rim. He's underrated when it comes to finishing at the basket. And his defense is not that bad either. He's got good size. He's got a little bit better size than Dennis. I believe D'Lo 6'5" 6'5", I believe, while Dennis is like 6'2" or something like that. So, yeah, the game just flows easier when D'Angelo Russell's out there. But hey, we win this. We get over this trap game. Now tomorrow, man. Tomorrow, I think is going to be very season defining. Still, regardless of whatever happens, man, this has been, it's been a pleasure to see the ascension of the Lakers again, man. Back to the throne where we belong at the top of the West. Imagine we finish a top 5 seed in the West after such a horrible start. Wow. What are the critics going to say there? They're already puckering their lips, man. They're getting ready to kiss ass. Maurice says AD has clean blocks and the refs messed him over. That is true, Maurice. It's horrible. A lot of calls were BS. Unfortunately, Coach Darvin Ham used this challenge in the first half on his favorite player, Dennis. He shouldn't have did that. He should have saved it for a more crucial moment. But again, these are rookie coaching mistakes he needs to learn from, right? I did like one thing he did. All right, the one thing that I liked he did, even though I still didn't like his rotations, is that when we got the stop, right, and we were tied, he called it before we got the stop. He called a timeout, inserted Vando, and then another timeout to bring back Austin Reeves. Like, that's good coaching towards the end. So there's just little glimpses of hope that I have for this coach, and I hope that he continues to get better from it and learn from it, right? My man said, Dan, wear your lucky Laker jacket. By the way, how good is the Pacific Division? Everyone is in the playoffs. Bro, the West is tough, but yes, the Pacific Division is legit, man. And you got teams like the Sacramento Kings that had missed for so many years. Now they're starting to show up on the map. So, yeah, listen, the West is the best, all right? Now, the East has some of the stronger opponents, but there's not a lot of parity. Like, from 1 through 5, there's only like 2, 3 real legit contenders. On the West, on the other hand, you just don't know who's going to come out of the West. Although I think we have a good idea, right? I think we have a good idea that the Lakers have a good chance if everything goes according to plan. Now, things I didn't like for tonight, obviously the execution was very sloppy. LeBron had a couple of bad turnovers, but he sure as heck made up for them at the end, man. So shout out to LeBron. He closed for us. He attacked. He made spectacular play after spectacular play. AD didn't really have it going offensively tonight, but I felt like he focused on the defensive end. So again, I'll give him a pass on that one. Dan, the tech they called on Vando was trash all night. These refs, man, these refs were like they were really, I mean, per usual. The refs are garbage against the Lakers per usual. But hey, it's a blessing. Yes, Caleb, we are actually the 6th seed, brother. We've come a long way, but we still got a long way to go. This isn't the end game, right? This isn't the end game. We got to keep striving. We got to keep working. But, I mean, if we're talking about depth, man, the Lakers have been resting players left and right. We've had injuries left and right. And next man up mentality has really worked for this team. Shows you how deep we are. Again, reading off the stats. How many people we had in double figures? Let's see. AD with 19, 18 for Dennis, Austin with 28, 39 for LeBron James, and 17 for Rui Hachimura. So we had 5 people on the road with missing pieces, key missing pieces like D'Angelo and Bamba, out. We come in here with a young, hungry team. Most of these guys are G Leaguers, so they're trying to really stand out, and they sure as heck did. A lot of effort there. But we still found a way to get 5 guys in double figures, and that tells you exactly how deep this Laker team is, because we didn't even have some of our better players, right? We were still missing D'Angelo Russell. So I'm telling you, man. And as far as D'Lo goes, I'm 100% sure he's going to play tomorrow. I will be pissed off if he misses the game tomorrow. He got to play, man, to give us a puncher's chance. Now, on the other hand, unfortunately, I'm not sure if that's going to, even though they had said earlier last week that AD was going to play the final back-to-back, they went to overtime, so they might come up with some excuse, right, for precautions or for whatever reasons, basketball reasons, whatever. They might come up with an excuse to keep him out, and I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. I just really hope the Thunder can win tonight, and that'll give us a little bit of a cushion of a sorts. But Thunder down 1 in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Johnny Sim says, Warriors still got to lose for us to be the 6th seed. Wait, I'm confused because I thought I was pretty damn sure that if the Warriors lost, we overlapped them, right? Which makes us the 5th seed, right? I think currently we're tied for the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken. But we do have the tiebreaker against the Warriors, I believe. So, again, it's a little confusing, but all this clutter, all of this All these variables are about to clear up real soon because this is the final week of NBA hoops, man, of regular season NBA hoops. Joseph, appreciate the cash app, brother. He said, I think if OKC wins, they rest D'Lo, Bron, and AD. You know what? I agree, bro. I agree. I think that's a strong possibility. Now, I don't know about D'Lo, but I think Bron and AD might get the rest, especially if Golden State loses. But that's what I thought, right? We are the 6th seed. That's right. That's what I thought. So, but if Golden State loses, I believe we're the 5th, right? Again, it's all convoluted, but it'll all clear up real soon. We'll know by tomorrow. Warriors have to lose for us to be the 6th again. It's irrelevant, anyways, because this is not the final standing set in stone. So we can talk about it all we want, but at the end of the day, we're going to be leapfrogging each other back and forth. So for now, to be determined. But one thing's for sure, man, and I predicted that the Lakers would be anywhere between 8th through 6th. If we exceed that, man, that's even exceeding my expectations. And I already had high expectations. So Mo Bamba, D'Lo is soft. Why didn't he play? I think the coaching staff wanted to keep him out, right? Maybe if he would have played, we avoid going into overtime. But I think they're being precautious. I do believe his agents have a lot to do with it because he's heading into free agency and he wants to get max dollars, the max amount he can, right? So they're not trying to risk a long-term injury, in my opinion. But I'd love to see this young buck play because he makes it so much better. I mean, did you guys not see that crazy pass he had to who was it? Was it Beasley who caught his pass that went behind the defender's head when we were playing the Rockets? I think it was behind Kenyon Martin Jr.'s head. Dude, that type of pass, there's only like 2 or 3 players that can make that type of pass. LeBron is one of them. D'Angelo's another. And I think Reeves on a good day because he's makes some crazy passes as well. By the way, do want to talk about the chemistry LeBron James and Austin Reeves have together. These guys are like, man, they're awesome. All right, they're like the Mario brothers. How much chemistry they have out here, man. Mario and Luigi on the court. Listen, they both move well without the basketball, even though they can both be on-ball players and they thrive better when they have the ball in their hands. And I trust both of them with the ball in their hands. They move well without the basketball and they find each other, guys. Rui, too, with LeBron. Great chemistry. He cuts well without the basketball. I like the way Rui runs a fast break. But there's something about Austin Reeves. I've been telling you guys for a long time. I wanted to start him alongside LeBron because they just found each other. Again, 28 points for Reeves very efficiently in 42 minutes. And then 39 for LeBron. They were our 2 leading scorers, and it's no accident, guys. It's no accident they were our 2 leading scorers. They just know they're very intelligent basketball players on both ends of the floor, but especially on the offensive end. It's crazy, man. It's wonderful to see the vision come to fruition because I've been calling it we on this channel have been calling it for a long time. Austin Reeves needs to start next to LeBron so that we can close and start games off better, right? So it's wonderful to see. I mean, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. We want the 6th seed versus the 5th seed? Nope. I'll take any seed, bro. I'll take any seed. But listen, we're not going to tank. We're not afraid of nobody. If we can get that 5th seed, heck, if we could get the 4th seed, we're striving for greatness right now. The goal is to win out because what happens is if you start losing games on purpose, you develop a losing mentality. You start building bad habits, and now you're getting into the playoffs, and your ass is going to get rocked. Instead, if we strike while the iron's hot and we keep this streak going, we keep, even if we do catch an L here or there, we're improving off of it, and we're not letting our foot off the gas no matter who we're facing. We're not going to be afraid of nobody because right now we're one of the hottest team, if not the hottest team in basketball. We have now won 7 out of the last 8 games, and we're doing it efficiently. Now, this game tonight is not a good example of efficiently, right? Especially because defensively we gave up 130 plus to the Utah Jazz, right? That's never a good recipe for success, right? We Mormon country, man. We can't do it. We can't give that up because they were sitting around. They were sitting everybody down. So, they're in tank mode already, and we should have took off on them. We should have been up by 50 by the half. Not 50, but realistically, we could have been up 15-20, and we could have finished the game without using these guys' heavy minutes. So we could have been fresh for tomorrow's flipper game. But you know what? Not going to talk about that game. Any questions, comments, concerns you guys have about tonight's game? Yes, it was sloppy, but hey, we got it done, baby. It's in the oven, all right? It's ready, man. It's overcooked at this point. He said Troy Brown and Beasley got to step up on defense. I agree, especially Beasley. Troy Brown, man, he knocked down a huge 3. The good thing I like about Troy Brown is he's not afraid of the big moment. Now, sometimes he overdoes it, right? Sometimes. So I understand that, but look, he's a solid defender, and he can knock down big threes. All right, and sometimes he'll catch a body with a dunk here or there. That's about all I expect from him, especially coming off the bench. Beasley, on the other hand, we need more from him because if he's not knocking it down, you got to find how you can impact the game as a young player. You got to do other things. You got to look to crash the glass. You got to try to defend and fight through screens. One thing Reeves does that I really love about him is he sacrifices his body. How many times did he not get hit today? How many times was he not on the ground taking charges? How many times did he not fight through screens and draw fouls? Those are game-winning plays from role players, right? And if other players bought in the same way, their minutes would be so much valuable. And I'm talking about the Malik Beasleys of the world. We know he can shoot when he gets hot, but what else can you do when you're not hot, right? What else will keep you on the floor? And I think this is where I give the edge to Lonnie Walker, because Lonnie Walker, he's an okay defender, but it's not for lack of trying, right? He'll get in your face. He'll fight through screens. He'll get out of transition. He'll attack the rim. And at times when he has it going, he'll knock down threes. So this is why I want him to get some minutes, as well as Max Christie. Max Christie was impressive during the LeBron James injury when he was out for over a month, or for a month exactly. Max Christie was getting minutes. Before the trade deadline, Max Christie was getting minutes, and he was playing some good 3-and-D, right? So we got some able bodies. They just got to be willing. They got to be willing to sacrifice that body and change that mentality of trying to get a contract, because we're heading into the playoffs. We need team first players. And if I was Darvin Ham, I would reward whoever plays good, solid team basketball on both ends of the floor. That means effort at all times. That means high basketball IQ. That means, even the ability to knock down shots consistently, right? But yeah, man, look, guys, it's getting exciting. It's an exciting time of the year. This is the final week of regular season basketball. It ends on Sunday, and then we get into the play-in. And boy, am I going to cover the play-in games here live, whether the Lakers are in them or not. Hopefully not. I'm going to be covering them here post-game and all of that. I might even get into some pre-games depending on the matchups, man. But it's going to be an exciting time. And I see that a lot of teams in the Western Conference currently, right now, are semi-tanking. They're allowing themselves to drop a little bit in the standings because they don't want to go up against the Phoenix Suns in the first round or the Denver Nuggets. But I'll tell you, man, history will tell you that that's going to come back to bite them. It's going to change their mindset. They're going to go in there kind of, not with the same sense of urgency if you're trying to win every game. So, the basketball gods are going to frown upon that, and they're going to lose early in the playoffs. Jameson said, we have to do so much better with our free throws. That's true, man. The free throws have been – listen, and this is the problem with a lot of players. They don't practice. Back in our day, when we had prime players, they would get in the gym all night if they missed that many free throws. They didn't mentally accept it. They're like, no, this is not acceptable. Let me punish myself by hitting 1,000 free throws at the gym, and then they come back ready the next game. So, we got guys at times shooting like Shaquille O'Neal is like, bro, you got a soft touch. You're a good jump shooter. Hit your free throws, man. LeBron came through clutch with his free throws tonight. AD did not. He missed a couple in overtime. Can have that. That could come back to bite us because these are one-possession games at times, right? Jamal, my man said Troy Brown Jr. had more minutes than Hibachi. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hachimura Beasley had 2 minutes less. Yeah, that's not right. See, this is what I mean by the coach self-awareness. You got to know who's hot on the court, who has it going. 17 points for Hachimura, bro. He got to get at least 25 minutes, right? When he's playing like that. So, or 30 even. Doesn't matter, right? But for some reason, coaches sticks with certain rotations and minute restrictions. And I think as he gets better as a coach, hopefully sooner rather than later, he's going to adjust that because we need to play the hot hand at all times. He said AD ran out of gas after being named player of the week. Well, I can't listen. I can't get too mad at him because defensively he was there tonight, right? Defensively he was a force. Right? I don't know how many blocks he had. I lost count, but I'm sure it was more than 2. And he should have had more than that because he got called for a couple of fouls. So Carla says Lakers have multiple road trips. They are tired. They won. It's all that matters. I get it, Carla. I'm not mad at all. I just wish they would have closed it out sooner because we got the Flippers tomorrow, Carla. And I really wanted that dub. But now after tonight, can I really expect that dub? I don't know. I would like to think so. But these guys, if they even play tomorrow, they might be gassed, right? But no excuses. The last 3 games, everybody's gassed at this point of the season. So let's get it in and try to win. That's it. That's all we can hope for. I mean, the Lakers have already done a tremendous job. Even if I'm not saying this should happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. But let's just say they lost 2 out of the last 3. I'm not going to be mad because they've done a tremendous job and they've gotten back on the radar, which they weren't. But I'm a greedy Laker fan, so I want all 3 of the final wins, or at least 2 out of 3. Right? That's what I'm expecting. 2 out of 3, at least, at most, the final 3. Man, that would be awesome, awesome. But for now, let's check. Oh, Golden State went up 5 on OKC, so that's tough. That's a bummer. Curry taking over. How much time left on the game? Let me double check that. 5 minutes left, so it could still go either way. Any final questions, comments, or concerns, man? Let me know in the chat, guys. I'm here for you guys. Man. Let's celebrate this dub. Ugly or not, a win is a win, and these were wins we weren't getting earlier in the season. We were close. We dropped a lot of close games. So you got to be proud of this Laker team, no matter what. I hate that the Flippers been resting since Saturday. But you know what, Maurice? That could also be detriment to them because they could come out rusty. And if the Lakers, they come out firing on all cylinders, then it's going to be a good night. Anthony Parker says, I disagree. I thought Schroeder, or however you spell his name, guarded THT well. He had 23 and been averaging 30 the last 3 games and shot 7 for 21. Yeah, but you know what? It wasn't just Schroeder. You know who else was meeting him at the rim? A lot of times it was either LeBron switching, it was Anthony Davis meeting him at the rim. So a lot of that 7 for 21, if you paid close attention, it was the secondary help defense or somebody switching or rotating. I still think Dennis is not for lack of effort, but at times the lack of size does bite him, especially when he's going up against bigger guards or more athletic guards like THT. He struggled. Now, THT didn't have the most efficient game, but that's credit to the Lakers' team defense more than individual defense. If we left him out there on the island, he would have cooked them. I promise you that, right? But listen, we get the win. That's all that matters. It's not about picking on anybody. Let's just hope that they keep it rolling. It would be really nice if we can just close the season out strong, especially with a win over the Clippers and the Suns. My goodness. You talking about the league would be shivering by the end of this, this season if that happens. So, Phantom Dancer, he said, you prefer the 5th seed or 6th seed, Dan? Suns could be tough. I prefer any seed. I actually want the Suns. I think there's a big chip on the shoulder of Anthony Davis. I think LeBron as well remembers Lil Ratatouille talking smack. I think they want all the smoke, and I want it too as a fan, because eventually, regardless, you're probably going to have to go through them. So why not earlier rather than later? And if you get that dub under your belt, you eliminate the Suns, whether it's 6 or 7 games, all of a sudden you're feeling like nobody could beat you, right? So I want the Suns if that's who's up. If it's not, I'll take the Kings. If it's not, I'll take Memphis. But this is the best part, man. Look, we're talking about matchups because we're so confident our Lakers made it. We could never say that 2 months ago. 2 months ago, we just wanted to get into the play-in. But I had a feeling this team, they've had a lot of fight this season, but now we got the pieces as well. Bring the Suns. That's right. Most of Laker Nation wants the Suns. Heck yeah, man. That's what I love, man. Laker fan base, we are not afraid of nobody. Listen, at the end of the day, if we're good enough to win a championship, we're good enough to beat anybody, right? Doesn't matter if we play in first, second, or third. Doesn't matter the order. Stack them all up like pancakes, man. Throw some syrup on them bitches. We're ready. We're ready, man. He said, bring on KD. Let's go. Listen, KD versus LeBron, Anthony Davis versus whoever they want to throw on him, D'Angelo Russell versus whoever they want to throw on him, Austin Reeves. Come on, man. We got the pieces now. It's not like we're going to go in there undermanned. We got the star power. We got the role players, everything. We're ready. The only thing that concerns, I think, all of Laker Nation right now is the coaching due to the, rotations and lack of, adjustments throughout the course of the game. But outside of that, man, listen, we got another coach on the floor. His name is King James, and we got the experience, so we should be okay. Now, regardless of whoever we face, if they're good enough and we're good enough, we're going to clash at some point. So I'm ready. Kawhi load management. He's most likely going to play. Usually teams like to show up against the Lakers. You remember what the Houston Rockets said right before they got punched in the mouth? They said that they usually play a lot better versus the Lakers. So that's the mentality, against all these haters that are usually going up against us. And if they're not haters, they want to impress us because they love us. Either one or the other. Either they're haters or they love going up against us because they hope to play for us one day. Pick your poison. But yeah, they're going to give us their best shot just like the Jazz did tonight, right? Flipper's going to come out here, and we know they get all the calls. We know Steve Ballmer's going to be, jumping around, like a druggie. We know that, Stinker Daryl's going to be out there yelling, hopefully he brushes teeth because a lot of fans going to get their nostrils burnt off. And then, and hopefully the Lakers bring their A game because I'd love to get a win versus the Stinkers, man. It'd be nice. Even on a back-to-back, I'd love it. We got the talent. Do we have the energy to be determined? But I will leave that for pregame tomorrow, Laker family. That's going to wrap it up for me. Actually, my family came to visit, and I haven't seen them in a minute. So I'm going to go out there and greet them. Really quick before I get off, though, major shout out to the sponsorship Prize Picks. It's nice to be back with you guys again tonight, man. Truly missed y'all. And then we got a game tomorrow. So I look forward to that. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you already haven't. Hopefully I got to everybody's comments that I could. And if not, just let the video post and drop it down low. And if I get a chance, I got you on the reply. Regardless, man, have a great night, Laker Nation. We win, we survive, we escape Mormon country. We survive the Utah Jazz. But, hey, very proud of this team. They continue to fight. LeBron James looking like a young man, rumble young man. He's out here just, man, that second speed burst when he attacks the rim really, gets me out of my seat because I'm like, wow, like this dude, he really recovered during this month, and you could tell, right? It's all about now getting his timing and his knocking off some of the rust on the jump shots, but that'll come, game by game. So I look forward to it. All right, Laker fan, much love, man. Appreciate y'all, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, have a good night.